Hello, and welcome to episode 65 of Prog Review, and we are talking about Exit Stage Left by Rush, because we're doing this mega Rush review. I'm going through the various Sector box sets, there's 3 of them, and I'm going through the albums one by one. I'm not the biggest Rush fan, and so it's an education for me. I'm kind of coming to them blind, and giving them my review. Hopefully they'll be of some use to you. And now we're on the last CD of the Sector 2 box set, the live album. There's always a live album. Every 4 albums I think there's a live one. That's the way they do it. And so here we go. So it's Sector 2. Here we go with little Geddy Lee. Hello, little Geddy Lee, yeah. And this is it. This is Exit Stage Left. With look, they've done it again. It's a bare bottom, and it's like a little double gatefold thing. And yeah. So this is the second live album that Rush has put out in their discography at this point. Remember, this was released in 1981, and it features tracks from the albums A Farewell to Kings, Hemispheres, Permanent Waves, Moving Pictures, and a couple of dodgy ones from Fly By Night and 2112, 212, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to keep this review delightfully short because there's no point in me critiquing each of these songs again. I'm just going to give you like an overview of the album. As I've said previously, I'm not the greatest fan of live albums. I find them, a bit pointless. Unless I've actually been to the gig that's been recorded, I find them, or unless bands like deviate from the norm, do a lot of improvisation, I find that live albums don't always cut the mustard with me. So it's always troublesome. God, should have put the good teeth in. It's a bit troublesome for me reviewing these because I have to put the old objective hat on. Thankfully, this album covers the period of the Rush chronology, discography, whatever you want to call it, that doesn't leave me rolling my eyes and reaching for the fast forward button. The song selection is pretty good, and it covers all the hits from that period. Of course, my only objection is the inclusion of tracks from Fly By Night and 2112. They just stick out like a drippy dick at an orgy. They really do, The album certainly acts as almost like a very competent best of, from that period. And I would actually go to recommend this to those who want to try Rush at this stage without buying all the albums. If you get this, you get a good idea of what's going on, because all the bullet point songs are on the record. Tom Sawyer and YYZ and all that. However, the collection also demonstrates the limitations of the band too. As you can see, they tend to move at one speed across the album. The band is permanently set to rock, and there's no light or shade in the selections of songs. See, the band has no sense of dynamics. There's no quiet or slower songs to give the listener a respite or a rest. It's just full throttle across the board. And I know there are people out there like that, but for an album to be any good, there has to be a sense of balance, light and shade, up and down. Otherwise, you just feel like you're being hit in the face all the time, and that's what this album feels like to me. This live album, it's just boom. But some of you are like that. I don't. I like dynamics and pacing, and there is none on this. It's just full speed ahead. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give this 4 Snagglepussies out of 5. That's 4 Snagglepussies out of 5, because despite my criticism, it is a good live album, and it gives the listener a really good flavour of the band as a living, breathing entity at that time. And it's really worth checking out. If we're back in the old days of vinyl and secondhand record shops, this is the one to pick up if you want to get your fill, minimum payout. But of course, everyone now just downloads everything for free, don't they? So yeah, it's not as bad as All the World's a Stage, which was just I didn't enjoy. I enjoyed this a lot more, but then I've enjoyed the Sectors 2 box set a lot more. So there you have it. A little one tonight. you make up your own jokes. Yes. And my name's been Darren. I've been talking about Exit Stage Left by those good old Canadian rock proggers Rush. And that brings to an end my look at Sector 2. My thoughts on the Sector 2 box set will be coming up next. So it'll be the next one in the sequence. So bear with me. Only one more thing to say. You've been a wonderful audience. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you, sitting there and listening to all this. Whoever you may be, you're special to me. I mean that. No, because I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why I'm doing this. I really do. But anyway, I'm getting emotional, tired and emotional. Only one more thing to say, and that is prog on, not off, mate.